Hi folks, welcome back to Star Power Baseball, the Rulebook. This is episode number 20, and I'm your host, Dennis, from the Cincinnati Razorback Room in beautiful Siloam Springs. And hey, just let's take a moment to do the business part of this presentation. If you like the video, please scroll down to the bottom of the page down there, wherever it is, and push the like button. We sure appreciate that. And then if you haven't done it, please subscribe to the channel. The more subscriptions we get, the better content that we can bring you. So that being said, let's just jump right in to episode 20. And episode 20 is going to be about the sacrifice bunt, okay? And we're going to talk about all aspects of the sacrifice bunt. In fact, let me bring up the sacrifice bunt card right off the bat right there, and we'll check it out. I'll get small here for you. There you go. Remember, we've already talked about winning and losing on the spin. You've got to have both win, both offense ratings P and R, or both base running ratings S and A to win the spin, and then pick among the colored results. A sacrifice bunt will either be a plain old sacrifice from first to second, from second to third, from first and second to second and third. Those are simple sacrifice bunts. Okay, then there's also sacrificing with a runner on third base, and that gets a little bit more complicated. Okay, let's just jump right into it. On a sacrifice bunt, set the defense first. All right, make sure that the defense gets set. Either bunt prevention or straight away, one of the two. You got to do it. If it's man on third, it would be run prevention. All right. Now, you only want to do this with less than 2 outs because the batter 99.9% of the time is going to get out. So make sure that there's less than 2 outs. All right. 2 types of sacrifice: the basic sacrifice occurs, etc., sacrifice squeeze, or safety. We already talked about that. Let's just get into the basic sacrifice. Sacrificing runners from first or second or both. Declare the sacrifice after the defense is set, and then spin the sacrifice bunt card. Take the result. That simple. P, pop up, batters out, runners hold. L, successful sacks, all runners advance, one base. Sack. Ball's on the ground, runner on third holds, runner from first advance, runner from second holds, batters out at first. So when you're sacrificing and there's only a runner, that's a safety squeeze. I'm sorry, we're here. My bad, we're on this key right here. Let's get over on this key right here. Get off of that other and get on this one. Okay. Let's get that sacrifice card back up. Okay, P is a pop-up, he's out, runners hold. F, lead runners out if forced, otherwise batters out, runners hold. On an F. Sack, ball's on the ground, runners advance, batters out at first. X, lead runner gets thrown out. If it was a force, you got a double play because the batter runner's out going to first. Pretty cool. E's an error, batter safe at first, all runners advance a base, and L's a foul ball, spin the pitcher. It's that simple. This isn't brain surgery, guys. It's a sacrifice bunt. It's really, really simple. Now let's talk about sacrificing with a runner on third base, all right, which is what I was reading earlier. And with this one, we're going to call it the safety squeeze. Now, this is a safety squeeze. Remember, again, position your defense. And this is where the batter runner is going to sacrifice if it's a decent pitch, and the runner on third base is going to kind of follow the third baseman in and go if the ball's on the ground, and it should be an unstoppable play if the ball gets put on the ground. You pretty much aren't going to throw this guy out on a safety squeeze because that's what it is. It's safety. If he sees that he can, he's going to score. If not, he's going back to third. The shortstop's probably at second base. We're moving on. So on a P is a pop-up, all runners hold. L, successful sack, runners advance. On a sack, the runner at third holds. The runner from first advances. Runner on second holds if it's not a force. Batters out at first. Bases are loaded, then it's force at home on the sack. So safety squeeze. X, runners out at home, safe at first. E, error. F, batter is out at first, runners at third base, holds. Okay. So your successful sack is in this area here on a safety squeeze, right here. And this area here is going to be runner holds. So it's a fairly safe play to do, but it's not an easy play to do. It's not going to be every time. It's not going to work. But the guy's got to get a good bunt down. If the guy gets a good bunt down, it's good. And this side over here is your good bunt side. Okay? Because a P, they hold, but an L, they score. So sack 3 all the way to sack 2, this 98 to 100 degrees, that's a successful sack. So that's about 1 out of 4. All right. That's your safety squeeze. Let's go over here to the big one, the one that everybody loves to run. That's the suicide squeeze. Guys, this one isn't easy. This one, the batter's got to bunt the ball, otherwise you're in trouble. So the pitcher's looking at it, the guy's running on the pitch. If that ball's down, he's going to score. It's that simple. On an F, it's foul ball. Or sack, I'm sorry. Sack's a foul ball. Spin the pitcher. An F, batter misses pitch and runner must try to steal home using the stealing bases card. Let's pull that puppy up. The stealing bases card. Oh boy, here it is. That's your stealing bases card, and to steal home, you have to use that inner ring. So probably, which is about a 60-degree chance, he's going to be out. 7 out of 8 times, 8 out of 9 times, 6 out of 8 times, he's going to be out. So don't miss the pitch, all right? The next one says right here, error, batter save at first, all runners advance from base. L, batter save at first, runner at third is caught in a rundown and you got to try to steal home again. All runners advance as far as possible, not scoring. So that means, let's say there's a runner on first and third when you're going to suicide squeeze. The runner at third gets in a rundown, tries to steal home, but the runner on first is going to advance all the way to third. The batter runner is going to advance just to first base. That's all he's going. Okay? So your other runners will advance as far as possible. So suicide squeeze with the bases loaded, you're going to wind up with the bases still loaded. Suicide squeeze with first and third, you're going to wind up with first and third. Suicide squeeze with second and third, you're going to wind up with first and third. That's simple. Okay? Batter runner may not advance past second base. Okay, so no, I'll take it back then. All right, read the rules, DC. All other runners advance as far as possible, batter safe at first. So you're going to move up as far as you can. So let's suppose there's a runner on first and third, you're going to wind up with second and third with the guy trying to steal home. Bases loaded, you're going to wind up with bases loaded. First and second, you're going to wind up with second and third. You got a suicide squeeze. So anyway, runner on third, you're going to have a runner on second. The batter runner is going to go to second base. The batter runner never goes past second. Okay, so caught in my own rules. Got to read them. And then X, right here, just this little bitty place right here. Successful, runners advance one base, and the batter is out. So the suicide squeeze does not work very often. Doesn't work very often. Most of the time, it's a foul ball. We're going to give you that on the sack. All right? The L, you get to try to steal home. Runners are going to move up, so it's not a bad little deal. But suicide squeeze is meant to be a difficult play and not used very often. But when you can execute it down in this little quadrant right down in here, this little place right in here, you should be all right. Okay? And S2 refers to the base runner, not the batter. S2 is the base runner. C35 is the catcher, 3B44, 1B44. So if you got some good fielders, they're going to nail this dude. Like, look at the F. Batter runner must try to steal home. There it is. Pretty cool. So that's it for today, guys. Let's make Dennis big again. And we'll say goodbye to you. How about that? Hey, Good episode right there on a couple of things about the sacrifice bunt card. And that's all we were talking about today. Pretty easy. I know that I kind of got into a little bit of gray area there on the suicide squeeze and the safety squeeze because I was reading the wrong cards, but hey, we got it down. Everything's fine. I make mistakes, you make mistakes. We're people, man. But hey, I got the rule book to back me up, and so do you. On all spins on the sack card, the S2 space refers to the base runner. It says it in a little red print down there. Remember that. Guys, hit the subscribe button and like us. Also, if you need to contact me, I'm at warhammerworld@hotmail.com. I'm Dennis, coming to you from the Cincinnati Razorback Room. And until next time, remember, guys, dice are nice, but the spin be in. We'll see you next time on Star Power Baseball.